In this passage, Jinwoo and his team are participating in a dungeon raid. Among the group is a B-rank hunter from the Hunter Surveillance Bureau and several C-rank prisoners. Jinwoo senses something odd when the prisoners and the Bureau's hunter exude a strong killing intent. However, Jinwoo remains quiet and tells Ju-hee not to join the raid. But Ju-hee refuses and decides to go with him. Together, they proceed with the raid. While the raid is relatively easy due to the low-level goblins, Jinwoo feels disappointed as he receives no experience points from the weak monsters. Nevertheless, he realizes how much stronger he has become compared to his former self. As they go deeper into the dungeon, they encounter 3 paths and decide to split up to explore more quickly. Choosing the left path, Jinwoo's group encounters a few goblins, but they aren't much of a challenge. However, a scream from afar causes the group to rush toward the source. Upon arrival, they find Kang Taeshik, the hunter from the Bureau, severely injured and struggling against some threat. Kang Taeshik tries to warn them, but collapses shortly after. When Ju-hee steps forward to heal Kang Taeshik, a sudden attack from him targets her. However, Jinwoo intervenes and blocks the attack. The two begin a brutal fight. Meanwhile, Ju-hee and Song Cheol watch in astonishment, realizing the speed and power of Jinwoo far surpass anyone they've known. After the fight ends, Jinwoo inquires about the blood on Kang Taeshik's clothes, and Kang Taeshik reveals it belongs to the criminals he had been dealing with. Kang Taeshik is still curious about Jinwoo and asks him who he is and his rank. Jinwoo answers that he is a rank E hunter, but there is no sign of fear from him.
Kang Taeshik, a B-rank hunter, had always been confident in his combat abilities. With his superior speed and strength, he believed that no hunter, even B-rank, could match him. However, when facing Jinwoo, who claimed to be an E-rank hunter, Kang Taeshik was completely taken aback. Not only did Jinwoo keep up with his speed, but he also made Kang Taeshik question his own abilities. Initially, Kang Taeshik thought Jinwoo was just a low-ranked hunter with some hidden skills he hadn't noticed. But he quickly realized it might not be that simple. It was hard to believe that an E-rank hunter could overpower him unless the person was a reawakened hunter, a rare occurrence that even high-ranking hunters rarely encounter. Kang Taeshik recalled a meeting a few days ago at a coffee shop with a middle-aged man. The man asked for Kang Taeshik's help in taking revenge on a prisoner Kang Taeshik was supervising. The man had offered Kang Taeshik 2 billion won, requesting that the hunter kill the prisoner who had assaulted his daughter, leading to the girl's suicide. Although Kang Taeshik didn't care much about the request, he accepted the money and agreed to handle the matter. Back in the present, Kang Taeshik realized that Jinwoo was not an easy opponent to defeat. Jinwoo blocked all his attacks, and even when Kang Taeshik used invisibility, a rare skill, Jinwoo was able to sense his presence. Kang Taeshik began to feel unease. He knew he could not defeat Jinwoo with conventional tactics. To save himself, Kang Taeshik decided to go all out and use every bit of his strength and speed in this fight. However, Jinwoo quickly responded, blocking Kang Taeshik's attacks with amazing precision. Kang Taeshik began to feel helpless. Despite his calculated moves, Jinwoo kept up with him effortlessly. Realizing he had no other choice, Kang Taeshik decided to use his final move to try and end the battle. He struck with a dagger, aiming for Jinwoo's side. But to his surprise, Jinwoo blocked the attack, forcing Kang Taeshik to reconsider his approach. Then, Jinwoo smiled coldly and said, "Finally showing yourself." He was not only blocking Kang Taeshik's attacks, but also striking back with devastating precision. At that moment, a critical mission alert appeared in front of Jinwoo. Critical mission: deal with the enemy. Enemies with the intent to kill player have appeared. Ensure your safety by dealing with the enemy. Enemy to deal with: 1. Enemies defeated: 0. Failure to complete the mission will result in penalties. Jinwoo confirmed the mission and felt a sense of relief. This confirmed that not only Jinwoo, but the system itself recognized Kang Taeshik as a real threat, someone who needed to be taken down. Kang Taeshik could never have expected that Jinwoo would use such unique skills. With his agility and ability to sense, Jinwoo easily countered all Kang Taeshik's attacks. After a series of moves, Jinwoo decided to finish the fight by stomping on Kang Taeshik's foot, causing him intense pain and forcing him to collapse. Kang Taeshik, a B-rank hunter, was overwhelmed by panic and defeat as he faced Jinwoo, an E-rank hunter. Initially, Kang Taeshik felt confident in his speed and skill. But when he faced Jinwoo, he realized the stark difference in strength. After being stabbed in the thigh, Kang Taeshik felt pain and fear, but he continued
to use his skills and tactics to counterattack. Kang Taeshik cannot understand why Jinwoo is faster than him, and he notices the significant change in his opponent's speed and agility. He's used to defeating weaker opponents, but now Jinwoo's speed and defensive skills seem to be far beyond anything he had encountered. With superior skills and relentless fighting spirit, Jinwoo becomes increasingly stronger, unlike the person Kang Taeshik had previously known. As Jinwoo activates Bloodthirsty, Kang Taeshik begins to feel fear creeping into his body. This is the first time he has felt this way, and he can do nothing but panic in the face of Jinwoo's transformation. With the bloodthirsty effect, Jinwoo not only boosts his strength, but also weakens Kang Taeshik's ability to defend. Kang Taeshik's fear is overwhelming, and he begins to lose control over his battle tactics. The situation grows tenser as Kang Taeshik begins to panic. He no longer feels confident. Although he tries to counterattack, Jinwoo's speed and accuracy seem to overpower him. After a series of attacks and evasions, Jinwoo finally breaks the balance of the fight, causing Kang Taeshik to sustain more injuries. In a final desperate attempt, Kang Taeshik strikes with a dagger, but Jinwoo quickly evades and delivers the final blow with Casaka's Fang, stabbing Kang Taeshik in the chest. Kang Taeshik feels the blood pouring from his mouth, his body beginning to collapse. In his last moments, he realizes that he has encountered a reawakened hunter, and that realization leads to his defeat. As Kang Taeshik dies, he whispers something into Jinwoo's ear, but no one hears it. After Kang Taeshik dies, Jinwoo receives a reward from the system, plus 5 stat points. However, Jinwoo is not satisfied, as the reward is smaller than he had hoped for.
When Jinwoo notices a glowing object from Kang Taeshik's body, he realizes it is a runestone, an extremely rare item that grants the user a special skill. This particular runestone is called Invisibility, and Jinwoo knows that this is a skill that only the most powerful hunters can possess. Jinwoo is astonished and decides to take it. As Ju-hee and Song Chi-yul approach, Jinwoo quickly hides the runestone in his bag and tries to remain calm. Ju-hee notices the wound on Jinwoo's face and immediately heals it. Though the injury is minor, Song Chi-yul and Ju-hee are amazed to see an E-rank hunter defeat a B-rank hunter without taking significant damage. They feel that something is off, but Jinwoo refuses to explain immediately. He promises to tell them everything later,
but for now, he needs to continue his goal of facing the boss in the dungeon. Jinwoo also suggests that Song Chi-yul and Ju-hee leave and contact the association, as he wants to handle the rest of the raid on his own. Feeling that the raid is nearly over, Jinwoo knows that the boss still awaits, and he must face it. Before leaving, Ju-hee reminds Jinwoo of their dinner date, and Jinwoo smiles, promising not to forget. After they leave, Jinwoo proceeds into the boss room, feeling much stronger than before. However, as he enters the boss room, he cannot stop thinking about his new rank and the changes in his strength after this battle. He wonders how strong he has become and if he could achieve rank S in the future. But right now, Jinwoo's focus is on the boss, and he cannot afford to delay further. Jinwoo quickly expands his senses and finds the trail of the boss. On the way, he passes the bodies of Kim Sang-shik and another hunter. Both are dead, a testament to the power of high-ranking hunters. Jinwoo steps over the bodies of his old comrades, his face hardening. He senses the change within himself and resolves to continue his journey.
After hearing Kang Taeshik's last words, Jinwoo finds the prisoner that the B-rank hunter had left behind in the dungeon. The prisoner is writhing on the ground, his hands and legs bound, and his mouth gagged. Kang Taeshik's final words led Jinwoo here. I left the rapist nearby. Her father asked me to kill him in the most painful way, so I planned to let him die last. These words leave no doubt in Jinwoo's mind about the brutality of the prisoner. As Jinwoo approaches, the prisoner sees him and begins to struggle, hoping to be freed as soon as possible. Jinwoo removes the gag from his mouth, and the prisoner breathes a sigh of relief, starting to speak in a frantic manner. He talks about Kang Taeshik and what he had done. Despite this, Jinwoo doesn't respond. Instead, he looks up toward the boss room and tells the prisoner that they are heading to the boss room, where the monster is stronger than a typical D-rank boss. The prisoner shows no interest and curses at Jinwoo, but Jinwoo then questions him about his crimes. Upon receiving confirmation from the prisoner, Jinwoo no longer hesitates. He looks down at the prisoner coldly and thanks him for the confirmation. Then he starts dragging the prisoner toward the boss room. The prisoner struggles fiercely, but Jinwoo persists, dragging him along a long distance, ignoring his writhing. Upon reaching the boss room, Jinwoo throws the prisoner into the middle of a group of hobgoblins. These monsters, hungry for human flesh, immediately rush to the prisoner and begin to tear him apart, giving him a brutal death. Though the prisoner pleads and cries, Jinwoo silently watches
without any feeling of mercy. He has paid the price for his crimes. After the prisoner is completely torn apart by the hobgoblins, Jinwoo resumes his search for the boss. He quickly spots a large hobgoblin sitting at the far corner of the room, not paying attention to him as its minions are distracted by the prey. This is Jinwoo's opportunity. He uses his speed boost skill, and in an instant, Jinwoo glides past the smaller hobgoblins and appears right in front of the boss. The boss stands up in surprise, but before it can do anything, its head rolls off its body.
With a single deadly strike, the hobgoblin boss is defeated instantly. Jinwoo receives a notification from the system and levels up. A sense of relief fills his body, but there's also a hint of disappointment because he didn't receive a larger reward from this boss. Jinwoo proceeds to easily defeat the remaining hobgoblins in the room. The task ends effortlessly as he eliminates the last one and gains another level. After completing the raid, Jinwoo checks his stats. He's pleased with his level up and the modest reward he received. However, he remembers the Invisibility runestone he had found earlier. This runestone is an incredibly rare item that grants the Invisibility skill, a skill possessed by very few hunters. Jinwoo can't pass up this opportunity and decides to use the runestone. Jinwoo breaks the runestone and immediately feels a strange surge of power spreading through his body. A red light envelops him, and he receives a notification that he has learned the Invisibility skill. This new power excites Jinwoo and fills him with confidence. He tests the skill immediately and notices that his body becomes invisible, a strange sensation as he can no longer see his own hand when raised. Even with such a powerful skill, Jinwoo doesn't want to stop here. He knows that to deal with even greater dangers in the dungeon and the world outside, he needs to become even stronger. Jinwoo resolves not to let the brief satisfaction of his current progress slow his growth. He understands that a strong hunter must not only rely on skills, but also have the ability to protect themselves and fight superior foes. Therefore, Jinwoo continues to battle, learn, and seek opportunities to become stronger, not only for himself, but also for those he cares about.